Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker, and this week we have been loaned from Kia a 2022 Sorento X-Line SX Prestige, the nicest Sorento you can get, at least in my opinion. And in this video, we are going to tell you how it drives both in Dallas traffic and down the highway back to East Texas. Stay tuned. Okay, Holly, so we have previously spent time in a Sorento hybrid that was the EX trim, and you and I both really liked it at $37,000. This one is not a hybrid, though you can get a plug-in hybrid. We'll get into that maybe later. But this is definitely the top trim as far as luxury. What are your thoughts? Uh-oh.
So it is true that there are some features that I definitely like that make it better than the other one we drove. But this one is not my favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I would probably take the other one.
Really?
Oh, even over, I would sacrifice some of the features of this one for that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, quick summary. The EX we had heated seats, no cooled seats, no sunroof. Let's see. Powertrain was a hybrid powertrain. The materials were a little bit different. This has got fake wood, that had fake aluminum. This has the digital gauge cluster. That one did not. This one has ventilated seats. That one did not. Massive sunroof.
I think of all the features that you mentioned, the only two major features that I would really miss from this one to that one is the digital gauge cluster, which
Interesting.
I know. I like having a regular gauge because if technology breaks, then what do?
Right.
But you also get when you when you put your blinker on, you get that little blind spot camera, which I really like. And so I would probably miss that one. And then, of course, the ventilated seats. Of course, I would miss those. But to be honest, I would sacrifice both of those and get the other one instead. I mean, I don't know how much this one is.
Okay.
That might change my mind. But so far, I would rather have the cheaper one.
Okay.
I wanted to like this one. Okay, so first impression, love the color.
Absolutely.
Love the way it looks.
We've always been a fan of the Wolf Gray.
It doesn't look massive. I was surprised when you said that there was a third row.
Mm-hmm.
However, when you're in here, there's a lot of space.
Absolutely.
A lot of space. But I didn't know that when I first glanced at it, which I like that. I don't, unless it's a truck, I don't want to drive a massive car.
Right.
So
you drove a Mini Cooper.
I drove a Mini Cooper. So I would go big for a truck only, probably. Yeah. But the second impression has probably jaded the rest of my impressions, and that is the seat is not very comfortable.
The seats,
they're not very comfortable. They are very pretty.
Yes.
I like the quilted seats.
Yes.
They are very ventilated. I love that. And they're ventilated but subtle, which is better than feeling like you have a fan on your back.
Yeah.
It's just it's nice and cool.
Right.
So I like that, but they're just not very comfortable.
Yeah. It does not help the fact that we have had very recently two vehicles that almost back to back you have exclaimed that they have been the most comfortable seats you've ever set your booty in.
That's true.
And that was in another Kia product,
exactly.
The EV6, and the upscale version of the EV6 and the Genesis GV60.
But I even liked the seats in the Sorento that we had better than these.
Yeah, so the leather is a little firm. You do have adjustable lumbar support over
which is
there,
nice. Yes,
which I know
yes.
is a
I've
favorite
already done
of yours.
that.
You do have a 2-person memory seat over there, which we did not have on the EX either.
That was nice.
Which, for you and I, we sit in very different driving positions. So that's one of those things. More so me not wanting to give up than you.
Right. And I like it, but if your seats aren't comfortable, like
okay,
nothing else matters. But I will say, when I first got in it, I was like, oh, these seats are uncomfortable. And now we've sat in these seats for a very long time, probably longer than any other seats we've ever sat in, right? Because we drove to Fort Worth. We sat in them for a drive-in theater, a drive-in movie, which was Thor, Love and Thunder, which is straight 2 hours long.
Right.
Okay.
And now
we sat in here for 2 hours.
Now we're driving back.
And now we're driving back another 2 hours. So, we've been in these seats a long time. And I will say I was kind of worried about the movie last night, sitting in these seats for that long. But they kind of grew on me. I didn't feel as uncomfortable as I thought I was going to feel sitting in the seats that long. They're just not my favorite seats.
Right. They're on the firmer side for sure. And again, we've had some that cradle you a little bit better than these. This basically feels like you're sitting on the seat, not in the seat. Right? All right, so ventilated seats plus, memory seats plus, leather plus, firmness
plus.
Firmness not so much. But again, we've spent a lot of time in them. They're not offensive.
No.
But they're just not the most comfortable that we've ever had.
Like you said, the
massive
window, that's nice.
And then let's talk about the drive-in, because this doubled as a play area / movie theater / everything for Tucker. So those second row seats fold down flat. They're carpeted on the back, so he was able to play around. The third row seat folds down flat and is carpeted, so he had plenty of room back there.
Yeah, I like what do you call them, captains? Do you call them captain's chairs? Yes. Okay, I like that, and there's enough space, enough leg room behind us, as well as enough space in between to get to the back if you had the third row up, or in our case, your toddler is playing in the back while you're watching a movie at the drive-in.
He always has to play in the back, though.
But there was plenty enough space for me to climb back there, walk to the back. I had to crouch. There was crouching involved, but it was plenty of space to do all that, which I liked a lot. I like that it warns you when you turn off the car that they're to check in the back seat.
Right.
Not every time it does that, but when
the doors have been opened.
When the doors have been opened. So an appropriate amount of alerting. I like that.
We're looking at you, Toyota Highlander.
And I do like the beeps in this car, although they're nice and gentle, subtle, not scary. But we did mention in the Dallas traffic, there's a beep there, that we're in 4 lanes of traffic, a lot of traffic, heavy traffic, and in traffic, you kind of, if you're going to switch lanes, you got to switch lanes and go.
Right.
Well, the beep, the alert that you get when there's someone in your blind spot would alert me when there was someone in my blind spot 2 lanes over. So I'm trying to switch lanes quickly, get in front of another car, and it beeps, and I'm like, oh, what? So then I hesitate, then the car next, there's, nobody in the lane next to me, but cars coming up quickly behind me, and so I don't, it's too sensitive.
So,
did you know I like to use my own brain?
There are some things that we would tweak perhaps, but those alerts can be turned on and off. And that is perhaps the perfect segue to talk about child seat installation here in the middle row of the Kia Sorento. Again, I did a full install of this when we tested the EX earlier, but I will say these sliding rear captain's chairs or mid-row captain's chairs make it very easy to make sure Tucker is close enough to us if we need him to be, but far enough away so he's not kicking the back of these hard plastic seats. The lower latch points are very easy to access, as is the rear anchor point when you slide the seat forward. So it really is an easy car seat to install here in the captain's chairs of the Kia Sorento. My only complaint is the flip and fold function to get in the third row of seats does not work if the child seat is in place. Something to be aware of, there are some other vehicles that do offer a child seat capable rear access. The Kia Sorento is not one of them. But let's go back to see more of Holly's thoughts. What about visibility, since you do like to use your own eyes? Nice size mirrors here on the side.
Lots of different options of where you can look.
No real thick pillars all the way back. I know I, from here, can see very easily over my shoulder.
Even all the way back at the third row.
Yep.
I also like the two air conditioner things. You got the little one and the bigger one.
One to chill your legs.
We lost one.
Oh, did he fade out on us? He gone.
We lost him.
It's been tough. Somebody woke us up early this morning.
Yeah. I'm glad he's getting a nap though.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's talk about the exterior of this one a little bit. You really like the wolf gray color. We've talked about that a lot.
In fact,
already.
It's the same color as my purse, so
Yes.
I'm accessorizing.
This one, being the X line, gets a little bit of a lift, black 20-inch wheels, a little more aggressive look on the roof rails and the exterior cladding. You drive a Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, which is the more off-road version. This X-Line is, quote-unquote, the more off-road version, even though the tires are really more on-road focused. What are your feelings on the look of this one?
I really like it. It's really a smooth-looking car.
Yep.
The color, of course, I love that. I really like the tires. Definitely a vehicle that I would be proud to drive for sure.
So, looks good on the outside, looks really good on the inside, moderately comfortable, not the most comfortable, great visibility, pretty good tech. The fact that you would be sad to give up some of the tech in this is saying something for sure. Which
I feel like though Kia does tech, but not overwhelmingly intimidating tech.
All right, that brings us to the window sticker. So the last one we had, $37,000. It was an EX trim. It was a hybrid with 1.6 liter 4-cylinder. This one has the 2.5 liter, so more power, better transmission, more luxury. What do you think this one goes for?
I'm gonna say 47.
No.
Okay.
So this one, as spec'd, with the X-Line off-road look and appearance and a little bit of functionality, $45,120.
Okay.
So really not that much more than the EX hybrid that we had. But given how you started this review, I'm guessing that you're probably staying in the EX hybrid versus this SX Prestige.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, probably. Plus, I like hybrids. I know you can get this one as a hybrid.
Right.
But,
well,
I like that one better.
There you have it. She completely shocked me. I really thought she would have gone for the quilted rust leather in this SX Prestige and some of its luxurious factors, but sometimes you just can't beat fuel economy. Quick note on that, on our trip, 25.1, which does include running the engine throughout the entirety of Thor Love and Thunder, And we've only really sacrificed 100 miles in total range going with this trim versus the 500 plus total range we saw in the EX Hybrid. So not a bad trade-off going luxury for distance, and this one gets really decent fuel economy. 25.1 for a 3-row SUV, better than your Jeep.
It's really good.
So with that, if you want to know more of Holly's thoughts on everything that we've been driving lately, go find her on Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find GT Garage Talk on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at GT Garage Talk. And you can find our award-winning podcast at gtgaragetalk.com or on your favorite podcast platform. Until next time, gearheads. Bye. Thank you, Tucker.